Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. Make sure this is all kind of facing the right direction. It always looks different, right? When you're doing it, when you're setting it up, you're like, hey, this looks great. And then you actually go on YouTube and they change the aspect ratio and everything. Anyway, quick updates for you guys. Katie had her baby. Her name is Lucy Rose. She has 10 fingers, 10 toes. She's happy and healthy. Mom is happy and healthy. And congratulations to Katie and congrats to Taryn for his 4 minutes of work. And uh, super excited for all of them. And Taryn and Katie are going to come racing and with us. And hopefully, Connor, her son, who's 11, will hopefully crew for us and maybe race in the future. That'd be cool. And hopefully Quinn and Lucy also do the same thing, following mom's footsteps. So I'm pretty excited about that. Katie's super jazzed, and everything is awesome. So that's super good news. Very excited. Um, so I was gonna do clay bar on the back of the truck tonight. We'll have to make it quick tonight because I have to leave very early in the morning, driving to Sanford, Florida, which is about 3.5 hours away, and going to a Viper event very early in the morning tomorrow. So, uh, got to hang out with you guys on YouTube for a little bit, get the truck set up, and then take care of everything else. Maybe get an hour or two worth of sleep, and then get on the road. And I don't know, you can kind of see the Viper back there. It's still under the cover. By the way, that reminds me. If you do have a hitch, um, get these guys. Oh, that's the other thing I did today, and you guys didn't see. I don't. Maybe you did see it. The AC. I have to drain that huge pan. When it fills up, it clicks a switch and it turns it off. So after errands today, I come back, the AC's off. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Get out the ladder, drain the pan, and then there's a second switch connected right to a pipe, and it needs to be rotated so that, well, first off, you have to take it off, drain all the water out of it, and then put it back in and rotate it correctly. And it's rotated, but that pipe is leaking now, and there's a little drop of water, and I just scored the drop. Anyway, if you have a hitch like that one right there, get these covers. They're about $10 on Amazon. This is a 2 and 5/16, and then I also have a 2 inch there. And you put your lube inside of it. Come on, it's too easy. And these protect. Obviously, this hitch got Ohio'd before, like immediately after I bought it. I love this hitch. It's super mega heavy duty. It's awesome. But these protect, they just slide on. It's like a suction cup. They're held on with suction, and they'll protect your hitch. They're supposed to. That's the theory behind it. I had that off because I was moving the trailer. Picked up the trailer yesterday. So we'll get to clay barring, and I was trying to think of some fun stories. You guys have um, sent me a couple of ideas on what stories to talk about regarding racing, and whether it was in Lemons or SVRA or SRT track experience or whatever. So the one I thought I would do a fun one, and you guys, hopefully you guys like this one. We'll try and make it. We'll try and make it kind of quick. So, um, I had worked for the SRT track experience. My friend Jeff got me a gig with them, and driving cars with the folks there, and worked at Mid Ohio and worked at Pit Race for those events, and had a ton of fun. And uh, the guys and gals from Dodge, uh, the event crew, the Skip Barber guys, the track people, everyone was awesome. Zero complaints anywhere. We always had a great time going out to dinner or ripping around the track or whatever. We always had fun, and super super nice guys. I'm gonna grab my clay bar while we're doing this. So, and you know what? I'm going to grab a new clay bar. This is, by the way, this is how they show up new. They'll usually be in a sealed pack like this. And I don't know, it's about the size of a Zippo lighter. And this is how they show up. Sometimes they're little different shapes. Usually they're square, rectangular, but that's how they show up. So, worked with the SRG track experience for a while, and did some events with them, and then I don't remember what else I was doing. I think I started doing other racing, and uh, didn't do any events with them for a while, and then they my in the meantime, my mom got married, so I took my Ram SRT10, my Viper truck, and drove that to Rhode Island for my mom's wedding. I thought that'd be a fun, kind of cool drive. Went up to Niagara Falls, which is really cool, and then that was one of the stops. And then drove to Rhode Island, did the wedding, and then drove back. On the drive back, I'm on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and trust me, this is all kind of part of the story. And I just had the cruise control set because I know Pennsylvania state troopers are militant, and they're going to get you. Oh, or might have to reload this guy, or not reload him, but move to the other spare bottle. So I just had the cruise control set. I don't know, 72, 75, somewhere in there, and just cruising along. And I come up on a semi truck, and so I get in the left lane. I'm not going to mess with cruise control. I'm just going to go past him. And I, sorry, I don't mean to put my back to you guys. I just want to get this edge. So I get in the left lane, and the truck's doing about 70. So it's taken me a little while to get past him. I don't blaze right past him. It's, do, 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 do. Eventually I get past him. And I'm not in any kind of rush. I just had a really nice weekend. My mom's wedding was really nice. And so I'm kind of relaxed and not stressing about anything too hard. And sure enough, Billy BMW comes up behind me at Mock Jesus and starts hitting his horn and flashing his beams, and he wants by. And I'm still, barely getting past the semi. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Really? Right now? It's a beautiful afternoon. Can't you just enjoy the drive? And that thought crossed my mind. That thought took like 1 second. And then I get pissed off and I'm like, all right, you think you're just passing a truck? Okay. So I turn off the cruise control. I go down 2 gears and I absolutely blast off. And I rip past the semi, and I'm doing well into triple digits. I look over to my left and there's a state trooper. And I'm like, oh shit. I know he got me. I don't even bother, like looking for an exit. I just kind of get in the right lane and then get over in the median and pull over into the grass. I know I'm totally busted, and I can see him in the mirror and he's coming after me. Fine. And he comes down and he goes, hey, you know how fast you're going? And I was like, honestly, officer, I don't know how fast I was going, but I know I went into third gear and got out of the way for that BMW to pass me, because he was in a much bigger hurry than I was. And he's like, yeah, I know, I saw that guy, but I got you. And I was like, damn it. So the officer was actually very cool, and he could have absolutely thrown the book at me. He could have done a lot, and he didn't. He wrote me up for, if I remember right, it was 72 and a 65. And yeah, I think that's what it was. And this is my first speeding ticket, my first ticket of anything in, I don't know, almost 20 years. Like my mom had had more speeding tickets than me, or any kind of tickets for that matter. So, um, you gonna work or not? There you go. It's been a while for this guy. So the officer was actually very cool. He understood what had happened, but he got me on. It was a picture, takes a picture of the vehicle and everything. That's why he had me. And BMW guy got away with it, and that's fine. Whatever. It's his conscience. So months go by, and I paid the ticket, and I was obviously speeding. He had me on camera, so I paid the ticket, and things kind of go back to normal. And I get a call from SRT, and they say, "Hey, can you come drive for us at pit race?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So, by the way, this is one of the cool features. Wasn't sure if I was going to like this or not. Absolutely love it. The RAM box, so cool. Very, very handy. So months go by, I go to pit race, and we're in the driver's meeting, and we're at the end of the driver's meeting. And I'll do this as a two-parter because it's actually, there's a kind of a second part to this too, which is fun. So I'll just do this first part. So we're at the end of the driver's meeting, and there's 150 people there, and they're all listening to the guy with the mic, and uh, they're like, "Hey, Kevin Geyer, can you come up here?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I'm sure I'm gonna get like some kind of awesome award. He's the super awesomest, bestest ever. No, 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 no. So the uh, event director, race director, whatever you want to refer to him as, calls me up, and I go up there, and all the skip drivers are there, and all the SRT crew are, they're all up there, and they're like, "Hey, Kevin, we heard you had a little incident in Pennsylvania a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago, whatever it was, and so we're not sure how safe of a driver you are. So, you know, our drivers don't get speeding tickets on the public roads. They do all their hardcore stuff here at the track. So we think you might be a safety concern, and we're going to take the appropriate measures. So today you're going to wear this Dayglow green safety shirt with reflective stripes front and back." And I'm like, "Oh shit, are you kidding me?" And everyone's cracking up. The whole crew is cracking up. The folks at the event, they didn't quite get all of the joke, but they're still laughing pretty good. So I had to wear this bright green. I mean, it's like construction worker, middle of the night green safety green with reflective stripes. I'm like, damn it. So I wore that thing all day. That was kind of funny. They thought I was an unsafe driver because I'd gotten one speeding ticket in 20 years. Um, so that was kind of fun, and that's why those guys are super fun to work with. They do not work with Skip Barber anymore. They work with the Richard Petty Driving School. They did. I don't think that contract is still going, but you can check with SRT. Anyway, the Petty School is also great too, so no complaints there. I know the guys that Skip really well, and had a great time with them. So that's the first part of it. Now, um, what did I do? No, I know what I did with them. Hang on. They're right here. They're all in the dryer. All right, let's just grab a couple of these and fold the rest later. Sorry about that. Did not prepare well. So that was the first part of that. When I had gotten to the event, there was, there's always some new drivers. Some guys are off racing with other teams. Some guys are doing stuff. Other guys, leave and go do whatever they want to do. So there's new drivers that come in all the time. And there was a new driver there. There was actually a couple of them. And it was a French couple, very nice and really, really good drivers. And then there was another guy, and I was like, this is weird. I feel like I know this guy. I've met him somewhere before, but I don't know where from. And so it was sticking in my head while we're, you know, about to do the drivers meeting, and we're all kind of, everyone's getting like morning coffee and stuff. And I'm like, damn, I know this dude from somewhere. Anyway, I'm like, okay. So I go over and I say, hey, and he goes, hey, how's it going? He's very nice and very polite. And I'm like, I have this weird feeling that I know you from somewhere, but I can't place it. And he goes, I have the same feeling, but I can't remember your name. And I'm like, I can't remember your name either, but I know you from somewhere. We've done stuff together before, right? And he goes, yeah, but I don't know what. And so uh I'm like, all right, well, we'll figure it out. We don't exchange names. We don't, introduce ourselves. We're guys. We don't do that shit, right? So, wow, this actually looks pretty good, even with the chunk out. That came with the truck. That's not for me. That's just part of the plastic fender. I don't know who did that. So they go to do driver introductions, and they're introducing all the drivers, and some of the guys I know, and then some of the folks I don't know, and they're like, and we also have Johnny Rutherford Jr. And I'm like, oh my God, that's where I know him from. And then Johnny got the same, uh, like, I don't know, self response, whatever you want to call it, revelation, when they made the announcement about me in the safety shirt. And he said, Kevin Geyer. I was like, oh, and that's where I know him from. So I've known Johnny Rutherford and Johnny Rutherford Jr. for a very, very, very long time, back when I lived in Steamboat Springs, Colorado. And the Rutherfords used to visit all the time. And they were very good friends with, people I went to high school with and grew up with and lived in the same neighborhood with, with the Ellises. And they owned a restaurant in town. It was actually at the Gondola. It was called the Grub Steak. And I worked there, my brother worked there, and we used to go there all the time. And so I ended up skiing and there's a thing in skiing called NASTAR. I don't think it's around anymore. And Johnny and I used to do NASTAR as kids ages and ages and ages ago. We hadn't seen each other in probably 20 years, maybe more. I would say probably 20 years. And here we are in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, just north of Pittsburgh, at a racetrack. We haven't seen each other in 20 years. And we're like, I know this guy from somewhere. And he's like, I know you from somewhere too. And then it all clicks. We both get it within a couple of minutes of each other, which is very funny. And of course, the rest of the day we reminisce and we talk about all the fun stuff and crazy stuff that we did as kids. But it was very amusing. That's one of those things where I know this person from somewhere. Where have I met them before? And there we go. And Here's a little PS extra. Uh, for some reason, this side is way dirtier than that one. So on my dad's desk in his office in Steamboat, when he ran the ski area there, on my dad's desk, he had, pictures of my brother and I, but they were individual pictures. So there's a picture of me, and there's a different picture of my brother, and they were on his desk. Now the picture of me was me and my dad and Johnny Rutherford Jr. had a NASCAR finish line because it was like one of those rare pictures of my dad and I together skiing. And that was the picture on his desk. So I told Johnny Jr. that, and he's like, "No way, I've been on your dad's desk for 20 years." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." I will definitely remind him. And I did, and my dad thought it was great. Um, I don't know if I ever told Tevis this, but I should probably shoot her a Facebook message and tell her that I ran into Johnny Jr. at the racetrack of all places. She would probably get a kick out of that. Her parents, Jim and Rihanna, they owned the Grub Steak. So Tevis and I went to high school together. She was in my brother's class, I think. She was a couple grades behind me. Super nice. She whooped our ass at tennis. She and Libby Crimmins absolutely schooled my brother and I. We weren't great tennis players. We looked like it, but we actually weren't. So those are a couple of fun SRT stories. And unfortunately, I haven't really kept in touch with Johnny since that event. He's gone on and done, a myriad of other things. So uh, maybe in the future, I'll connect with him and say hi again. Super nice. Grew up exactly like you would think. And kind of funny. He's a lot like Graham Rahal. They really take after their dads. Like Graham is very much like his dad, and Johnny Jr. is very much like his dad. They're different people, obviously, but when you've met their parents and talked to their parents, it's kind of cool to see how far the apple has not fallen from the tree. It's actually very cool. God, this side was really rough. I'm guessing this was like the weathered side, the sun side or whatever. You get stuff on here and then it just bakes in. Ugh. So those are the two fun ones for tonight. I thought you guys would like those. And they kind of go together, and it also helps me remember my dad, which I like doing. My dad was a big Porsche guy, like big Porsche guy. So when I was a teenager, I obviously was not a Porsche guy. I was a Ferrari F40 guy because the F40 smoked the 959, right? So you got to be that rebellious teen. And later on, I grew to appreciate the 959 and understand that those companies were going after each other, but at the same time, they were pushing the envelope for everyone else. And I might be a little difficult for you guys to see me right now, so I apologize. I'll make this one quick. I'm just going to do this inside edge here, which is also extremely rough. Wow, this is definitely the sunshine side, wherever this thing was stored. Yeah, I didn't realize until later on in life that Porsche and Ferrari were they weren't really going after each other. They were sort of pushing boundaries of what a supercar is and how supercars are supposed to perform and all that. It wasn't really, we're better than you or anything like that. See, this clay bar all sticks to my hand, so trying to get it off of my fingers. I didn't realize that at the time. I just thought it was, Porsche versus Ferrari and who's better and who's more awesomer and all that shit. But the reality was, it was, hey, we can do 199. Oh yeah, well, we're gonna go for 201. Oh crap, they went 201. All right, now we got to go 204. How do we get 204? How do we get, all this cool technology into this one car? And then Ferrari is like, hey, how do we make our regular production car as close to a race car as possible? Oh, we can do that? Okay, let's do that. So, yeah, geez, look at this. Um, you learn that later on. You have a lot of guys that are like, Corvette is best car, Miata is best car, and Subaru is best car. Later on, you learn on that, or you figure out that they're all pretty cool in their own way. It's the owners you got to worry about. The cars are actually really cool. The owners are the biggest concern out of all of that. Um, Whew. Yeah. Pretty soon we're going to have the fan on in here. God, what is happening? There you go. I'll just do it all the way up. I don't even care anymore. Who's here? Oh, hey, Liz. Mm. Yeah, later on you learn it's not that big of a deal. Uh, what car you like and all that stuff. They all have benefits and they all have drawbacks. Of course, the only drawback to an F40 is that I don't have one. Well, and the fact that they started about 2 mil now. That part kind of sucks too. But that's how it goes. Whoa, I thought that was going to fall. Also, if you're doing logos like this, I don't know if you guys can see the 4x4 on the back here. Doing logos like this with the clay bar, yes, you can get in there and do the fun angles, but it's actually easier just to do the face like that. Let the clay bar do the work, and you can get the face really clean. There are crazy detailers out there, guys who want to pull badges off and detail underneath the badge. You can't really recommend that. I understand you want to deliver a clean car or own a clean car, but that is a lot. Personally, I think it's excessive. But the hell do I know, right? Tailgate has a lot of crap on it too. I'm guessing because of how the air works. And it pulls all that air with all the dust and stuff back in it. I mean, it feels a lot better now, but you can definitely feel the gunk on there. And this truck goes in for a recall on Wednesday. There is a new ECU program that is supposed to make it run more efficiently and cleaner and all of that. And the consensus from the Dodge world is it is a good and safe update to the ECU, and the folks at the local Dodge dealership are very cool about it. They will have it for a few hours, so they're going to give me a lift back here, and then they'll come pick me up when it's all done. And fortunately, it's not very far away, 20 minutes away. Now, this is an interesting one on the back of this truck. And I don't know, even the detail with the Motorplex, Daniel, we were trying to figure out how to get this Earl's. There's a thing here from Earl's Chrysler Dodge Jeep. We're trying to figure out how to get that off of there. It's not a sticker, it's not paint. It's like, it's almost like chemically bonded into the paint. I don't know how they did that, and Daniel didn't know how they did it either. But the good part is it's very subtle. It's not bright silver or bright red or anything. So I don't really mind it. It'd just be nice to be able to get rid of it, right? If someone's not paying you for something, there's no reason to advertise for them. That's just me. That's me being a dick, right? Oh, you don't want sponsors? Yeah, sponsors are great. These guys aren't sponsoring me. I actually don't even know where Earl's is. I'm guessing it's in the Midwest somewhere. I don't even know if they're still around. So, these high relief logos are kind of odd to try and get clean. You don't want to chunk out your clay bar, but you want to get all the stuff off of here. But I think this guy looks pretty good. You get this excess off the bottom so it doesn't drip. Clean off our rubber strips. Clean off our footwell. The other rubber strip. Nothing wrong with the clean license plate. Yeah, there we go. And then I think I'm going to use some of the older clay bars and do the uh, lower portion of the truck, the rocker panel edges and stuff, because that will be sort of the last of the clay bar. I think that's going to be the best way to do it. This really, really does help. Now, down here in Florida, very soon, I'm going to have to get a really nice polish on here. Nothing super dramatic. Again, we're not going to SEMA with this thing, so we don't need it, you know, blazing shiny, but we need it protected really well because it'll get baked in the sun when it's outside. So we need a nice polish on here and then a very nice protective wax. And the wax doesn't have to be, again, super, carnauba wax from Amazon bumblebees or any shit like that. But it should be a good protective wax. There we go. This thing cleans up really, really nice after 8 years old, 9 years old. Not bad. Not bad. The plastic on the taillights are actually, they don't really hold in contaminants to the level that paint does. So taillights and stuff like that usually clean up a little bit better. Like chrome cleans up a little bit better too. So yeah, I'm pretty content with that. Hopefully you guys think that's okay. I know it looks weird separating because the light sort of stops here too. So when the light stops right at the edge, it's like, oh, this is so much darker than this. They're not. So we put our clay bar back in our little bucket. See if we can get him approximately back to the same size that he was. Nope. He's going to be thicker. And Anyway, we're close. We're damn close. And I still have all that stuff on me. So we'll get our rags folded up and put back in cleaning space. Look at this during the day too and see if we can get it. There's any touch up stuff we need to do. But that's about it for tonight. Oh, wait, there's more there's a ton of messages here. Hang on. What do I got here? Stubborn spots. Yeah, badge sticker. Yeah, this thing's just weird. The the Earl's badge, I have no idea what it is. It's like it's chemically bonded into the paint, which is very odd. And even Daniel was like, I've never seen anything like that before. And he's done a ton of stuff. So if you stumped Daniel, that means you've done a pretty good job. Let me clean off inside here too. What is down here? Oh, there were a couple little like miniature acorns in the bed that launched in from the palm trees or gravitated in, whatever, however you want to look at it. Cool. Cool. Oh, and also, hey, everyone in St. Louis and everyone in Somerset, Kentucky, really sorry to hear about the tornadoes ripping through there. That sucks. I saw some of the pictures today, and to have a tornado go through downtown St. Louis, I've been there a ton of times. I've spent a ton of time there, and the path they showed the path that it took right behind Forest Park. I mean, that's super populated, and I saw some of the video from folks who live in that area, and it's crazy, absolutely crazy. Um, I saw stuff in Somerset, Kentucky, and again, I've driven through Somerset. That's on 75. You drive right past it. I drove past it what 4 or 5 times last year, and um, to see that, you know, that tornado come through is incredible. And the St. Louis one, they have a camera that looks from the top of the arch. There's two windows. One looks west and one looks east, and then these very thin, small windows. And they have a camera up there, so you have like the St. Louis city camera overlooking the city to the west. And they had a shot, and it shows this huge wedge tornado just past Forest Park. And if you've been to St. Louis, you kind of know when you come over the river, literally the first thing there is the Gateway Arch, and then there's the baseball stadium, which is part of downtown, and then it goes to there's a huge medical area with a whole bunch of hospitals and research centers and stuff, and then it spreads out and kind of goes into neighborhoods, and it's to see that wedge tornado that close to like the hospitals and research centers on the other side of Forest Park. It's crazy. I mean, it was a big ass tornado. And then the ones in uh the ones in Kentucky were huge. I saw someone's airfield got literally wiped out. Like it folded all of the buildings at the airfield. Everyone was okay, which was great, but all the aircraft were damaged or completely destroyed, and it was nuts. So folks, please be careful. It was and most of the stuff is at night too, which sucks because you can't see it. Uh, or wrapped in a rainstorm, and you're just like, oh, rain's coming through, big deal. There's a tornado with it. That's where it gets really hairy. Hey, who's here? Oh, hey, Brian. Hey, yeah, we just finished some fun stuff talking about pit race and SRT track experience and funny stories with that. Sorry, I gotta clear this here. I know that's gross. Sorry. Mm, second half of dinner. So, yeah, very fun stories. Also, I got a message from a buddy of mine today. I was telling him about the trailer, and how the trailer that my friend Scott lent me, which is very gracious of him, for Tail of the Dragon, it's been sitting out for a couple of years, like outside in Florida, and it hasn't had any maintenance done on it. So next week, for one of these, I'm going to do some of the maintenance stuff that you do on trailers. It's not difficult, it's not hard, but it is one of those things. If you want to use your trailer, these are things you have to do. Um, and uh, it's just to keep the trailer going, so you can take cars to events, you can go to races, you can go to private shows or whatever. And these are super simple things. They're not expensive things. When I first got a hold of Scott's trailers, I spent probably $4 or $5,000 getting them like up into shape. I should say I spent 2,500 bucks. Scott spent another 2,500 bucks, and we got the trailers into very, very much shape. Gooder. Jesus Christ! I went Brian Regan on you guys. Um, so yeah, uh, trailer maintenance is a big one if you're moving race cars around. Brian, you know this. You guys have a trailer, and just simple maintenance, even if you're just parking it for 2 months until your next event, then you still got to take care of it, man. Absolutely got to do that. So I'll show you guys some cool tips and tricks and stuff that I've used on trailers over the years that hopefully will keep your trailer in good shape, so you can back the truck up, hook up the trailer, load the car, GTFO. That's always the plan, right? So I'll get you guys some stuff. Uh the trailer won't fit in here because it's 24 feet long. It's 20 feet for the deck, and then another 4 feet for the nose. So, but I'll back it up, and I'll go through whatever parts I can with you guys. I'll bring this down to garage floor level so we can move it around. But I'll go through some trailer stuff, winch stuff, and we can do that stuff together, just in prep for Tail of the Dragon. So that's it for tonight. Hopefully you guys liked it, and um, yeah, Brian, I don't have any updates on Lemons races yet. I'm just trying to make it through to Tail of the Dragon. After Tail of the Dragon, I'll have a lot more updates, and I'll also have more information about the car, because I'll probably do another trip up to Ohio to get the car back together and running and driving and track ready again. So, um, it's another $2,000 to get that thing back going again. Some people say $200. It's actually $2,000, which doesn't include a minute of labor. That is parts. So, uh, yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on that, because I'd love to go see you guys at Lemons again. Oh, you got some friends? Oh, at the Dragon right now? That's cool. Yeah, the I saw a picture. I think it was on Fail of the Dragon, which is a very funny page, by the way. Um, there's lots of hogs cranked and uh, clippings and a lot of that stuff. There was a little miniature landslide into one of the lanes yesterday, and there was a Porsche guy coming up, and he was like, "I can't really go around it because I can't see anything." And but the good part is the Tennessee and North Carolina crews are actually very quick about that stuff. Once they find out about it, they send someone up there right away and get that cleared off, because they know how dangerous it is. So they're pretty good about it. So yeah, it'll be Tail of the Dragon at the end of the month, and after that, we're gonna figure out which Lemons races we're gonna do the rest of this summer, and that'll be a ton of fun. I'm excited to do it again. Honestly, here's another rarity. You guys saw this last night. I don't know. This is a cold one too. Yeah, that's the good stuff. We'll have to get the big ass fan going. You guys can't really see it. It's underneath the Miata top. Directly below the Miata top is the BAF big ass fan. Um, yeah, so Viper guys will be a Tail of the Dragon. You're welcome to join us if you want to come down. Viper guys love company, and yeah, yeah, the archer finger. Yep, that's what that is. Um, and yeah, I have friends in town this not this weekend, but this weekend coming up. I have the limo showing up on Saturday or Sunday, and then Tuesday I go to Tennessee. So yeah. Oh no, I absolutely love this. It was 92 today, 93. I absolutely love it. I'm okay with sweating. I'm okay with it being warm. I don't like that I have to climb up a 18-foot ladder and fix my air conditioner because someone didn't plumb it right the first time. And for 2 years, no one maintained it. That part I don't like, but I love everything else, man. It's midnight. It is uh 82 degrees outside. I'll take that all day, every day, literally. So I'm gonna move the truck outside, and I'm gonna take the cover off the Viper and check tire pressures and make sure that thing is ready to roll in the morning. And um, I'll do a Facebook Live and an Instagram Live from the road. So I've got a couple hours. So I'll do that from the Viper tomorrow. You guys can join me over there. And then um, I think that's about it. I've got 100 other stories that I want to tell you guys, but there's also a bunch of other stuff I want to do. And with the limo showing up next week, I definitely want to prep you guys for that because it's something totally different, man. And with all of the events that we have down here and all the stuff we're going to do with it down here, it's pretty important to get that thing 100%. So I'll really, really be focused on that. And it'll speed. I already have a temporary shop set up for it outside because it doesn't fit in here. And then, yeah, we'll be cranking on that. Absolutely cranking on it. So uh, hopefully you guys aren't bored with all of this stuff. And, I'll just keep adding to it. Like I said, I'll keep going until you guys stop watching. I think that's pretty fair. So thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. I know that watching someone clay bar a vehicle is not exactly thrilling, but hey, that actually you got a pretty good mirror on the. I don't have anything that's good for. Not too bad, right? Yeah, not bad. Mm. I know it's not thrilling watching someone clay bar a vehicle. I promise you. Um, let's see what he's saying. I can't wait to start on the limo guide. Yes, very true. I need that thing done. It's very, very close to being done. The thing is, I'm not a plumber. I didn't think I was an HVAC guy. And now all of a sudden I'm an HVAC guy, like reading codes off the, controller for the air handler to make sure it's getting its messages from the air conditioning unit outside. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I didn't know I was going to be good at this. And now all of a sudden I'm good at it. So, um, yeah, same thing with the limo. I didn't want to be good at plumbing, but I'm about to get very good at plumbing. So we'll get that figured out, get that thing rolling. Here, when I bought the house, I didn't know jack about pools. Now I know a million things about the pool. Keep it clean, algae, shocking it, the different filters, da 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 da, da all of that shit. So yeah, yeah, Kev of all trades. Yeah, accidentally. Unfortunately, I'm very good at 1MZ engine installation and removal. I don't really want to be good at that, but I am. So yeah, I will. I will catch you guys, if not tomorrow night, depending on what time I get back from P1. You should also go check out P1 Garage on Facebook. They're in Sanford, Florida. They'll have a ton of pictures up tomorrow, and I think they're on Instagram too, but I know they're definitely on Facebook. So check those guys out. They've got a ton of cool Vipers that come in there. A lot for storage, a lot for maintenance. So we're gonna go up there. We're gonna meet some cool Viper folks, and apparently the guy who's doing the barbecue there is legit. So we're gonna check that out. We've heard that before, right? We will go and confirm that if we can. So that's tomorrow, and then a bunch of stuff this week. Like I said, I'll keep going as long as you guys keep hanging out. I'll keep going. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the new subscribers. I've got like a dozen in the last 10 days, which is great. I'm glad you guys are liking this. I really am. I appreciate it. Um, thanks everyone. We'll catch you if not tomorrow evening, then on Monday. And don't forget to show someone that you love them today. Give them a kiss on the cheek, give them a kiss on the tip of their nose, hold their hand, give it a squeeze. It's really important for them, but it is far more important for you. All right. Thanks everyone. I'll catch you this week. All right. Have a great night. Oh, it's so gray and sparkly. Can gray be sparkly?